Hi guys, Mons here. On today's episode of Ball of Mons, we're going to be going through my Premier League team of the season of the year 2024 to 2025, and also I'm going to do a Premier League review of just the table and a couple of teams over the next couple of days. Like I was saying in my last video from last week when the basketball season is finished. Basketball season is finished now till October. This summer, what I'm going to be going through, any of my videos are going to be strictly based on any football transfers, any big football transfers, no matter what league it is. And also I'm going to go if there's any big basketball trades or if there's any big free agency acquisition for any of the basketball teams. And just a quick thing before I start. Thanks again to everyone who subscribed, and thanks again to everyone who's watched my videos so far, especially during the basketball playoff. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And please, if you find yourself on my channel, watching any of my videos, please don't forget to click onto the subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you very much. So let's get right into it. So the first one I'm going to make today is going to be my Premier League team of the season. The 2024-2025 Premier League season was very interesting because it was a little bit unpredictable, simply because everyone predicted it was going to be between Man City and Arsenal for the Premier League title. It turned out to be Liverpool actually winning the title under their new manager Arne Slot. I'm going to go through the Premier League review in the next video, but for this video, what I'm just going to go through quickly is going to be my team of the season. For the team of the season, I think there are a couple of non-negotiables. For example, the non-negotiables are Declan Rice, Mo Salah, Alexander Isak, Virgil van Dijk, and Brian Mbeumo. In my opinion, those are the 5 players that are going to be the team regardless. They're non-negotiables. They're not if buts or maybes about them. They're the non-negotiables in this team. They're going to be in the team, in my opinion. And then I'm going to go give a couple of options for the other positions, and I'm going to go through which one I have to pick to the end. So for the goalkeepers, I went for 3 options. Consider three keepers: Raya from Arsenal, Sells from Nottingham Forest, and of course Alisson from Liverpool. And in the right back position, I went for 2 players. Consider 2 players were Munoz and Ola Aina, and obviously non-negotiable Virgil van Dijk. And the other centre back position would be, I went for 3 consideration of players. I went for Saliba, Milinkovic, and I also went for Gabriel from Arsenal as well. And the 2 left backs I've picked here are Kerkez and Anthony Robinson. And the midfield, the non-negotiable obviously is Declan Rice. He's going to be in it regardless. And for the other 2, I went for the formation 4-3-3 formation. And the other 2 positions, there are a couple of players under consideration. There's McAllister from Liverpool. There is Caicedo from Chelsea, and Tonali from Newcastle, and also Gravenbach as well. From Liverpool. And like I said, Salah, Mbeumo, and Isak, they're my front 3. They're the non-negotiables in this team as well. So when I broke everything down, from watching the season in general, this would be my starting 11 if I had to pick the team of the season. So I went for Sells in goals. I felt he had a brilliant season, especially for Nottingham Forest. They were very solid, and he was the last line of defence. He made some crucial saves, and obviously, unfortunately, they didn't get into a Champions League position. But he was, overall the season for me, it was fantastic. Sells, and I went for Munoz in the right back position for Crystal Palace. I felt over the season, I felt Munoz was probably the best performing right back. It was very consistent. I know I was playing as a wing back for Crystal Palace, but I felt it was very consistent throughout the season. It was very good defensively, and it was also very good going forward as well. And obviously, non-negotiable is Virgil van Dijk. There's not more I can say about Van Dijk. One of the greatest defenders of all time. Probably Liverpool's greatest defender. One of the greatest defenders the Premier League I've ever seen as well. And my 3 options for the other centre-back spot were Saliba, Milinkovic, and Gabriel. I eventually went for Gabriel, but Saliba, Milinkovic had a brilliant season as well. If I had to pick between Saliba and Gabriel, I'd pick Gabriel. I think Gabriel is the rock of the Arsenal defence. And you can see as soon as Gabriel got injured, Saliba looked a little bit shaky, in my opinion. Milinkovic was fantastic for Nottingham Forest, but I don't think it did enough for me to get in ahead of Gabriel. I know Gabriel got injured towards the end of the season. However, I felt he had a fantastic season overall. So my pick in second centre half position is Gabriel. And for the left back position, I obviously considered Kerkez and Anthony Robinson. Now, obviously, Lewis Kelly was also under consideration, but I felt over the course of the season, I felt Kerkez did the most for me. I felt he was brilliant. He was such a you rarely ever see fullbacks that are actually good defensively as well nowadays. When I feel Kerkez is fantastic defensively as well and going forward. He's a very physical player. He's very athletic. He's when you see him play, when his running power is amazing as well. So, and obviously Liverpool just signed him as well. So I think it's going to be fantastic for Liverpool this upcoming season. And the three I went for in midfield are Gravenberch, Caicedo, and Declan Rice. Declan Rice, I don't need to explain myself on Declan Rice. I felt like he had a fantastic season. Whenever I saw Declan Rice play, he always gives you a minimum of 7 out of 10. He's one of my favorite midfielders to watch, and I feel like he's going to be probably a future captain for Arsenal. No doubt whatsoever. He's one of the most consistent players of this season in the Premier League. And the other two options I went for, like I said, it was Gravenberch and Caicedo. The other consideration I had was McAllister and Tonali as well. However, I felt Caicedo was fantastic all year. I know he had a over 100 million price tag. I think he's justified that. He's a fantastic player. He gets the ball back, win it. He can also play the ball. He also plays forward passes a lot as well. Not like some other defensive player who get the ball and pass it backwards. Little 5-yard passes. Caicedo can actually pass the ball forward. He punches the ball forward. He's a very good player in my opinion, and he's a very physical player. He's a great ball winner in the middle of the park, and he's justified a huge price tag Chelsea paid for him. One of my favorite midfielders to watch, and I think he's one of the best midfielders in the Premier League by far. And obviously Gravenberch, fantastic for Liverpool, especially at the start of the year. It was very, very good for Liverpool, especially after having such a poor season when he first came. And obviously the new manager, Arne Slot, got the best out of him, which is great to see. Coaching goes a long way for players and to build their confidence as well. And this Gravenberch is a great example in my opinion. And my front three don't need any explanation. We have Salah, we have Isak, and we also have Mbeumo. I know Mbeumo and Salah play the same position, but I couldn't leave Mbeumo out. And obviously I couldn't leave Salah out as well. And Isak, self-explanatory, like I said. Those three, they're the best three. They were the best three in the Premier League. This season just gone. And Mbeumo ended up, I think, 20 goals and 9 or 8 assists. Salah, double-digit goal and assists. Obviously, player of the year, no doubt whatsoever in my opinion. Salah was fantastic for 3/4 of the season. I felt after they got knocked out by PSG in the Champions League, I felt maybe subconsciously Salah form dipped, and I felt after they got after you get knocked out of the Champions League, you know you have the Premier League wrapped up. I think subconsciously your form will dip, and that's what happened to Salah. But overall, he had a fantastic season. This season that just went for Salah, probably one of the greatest individual seasons the Premier League has ever seen in terms of numbers. He got ridiculous amount of goals. I think he got 18 assists and he got 29 goals. I can't really remember, but I know he got close to 30 goals in the Premier League itself. That's just a fantastic. That's a double season. It was amazing. I think those are so my start. Just to go back on it, my Premier League team of this season 11 is Sales and goals: Munoz, Virgil van Dijk, Gabriel, Kirkic, the back four. The three in the middle of the park are Gravenberch, Caicedo, and Declan Rice. And three up top are Salah, Isak, and Mbeumo. If you agree with that, please drop a comment. If you don't agree with it, if you think there's anybody else that I left out in your opinion that you would rather see in the team of the year, please leave a comment there for me, and I'll obviously respond to you. Just to go through a couple of players I felt that deserve honorable mentions in terms of being in the team of the season. Bruno Fernandes. I love Bruno Fernandes. He's one of my. I'm in Man United supporter. Bruno Fernandes is one of my favorite players. I was so sad to see how Man United played this year, and such a crap season they had this year. But I felt Bruno was one of the bright spots we had this year. He's a fantastic player. Obviously, Lewis Skelly also, Milinkovic, McAllister. I felt McAllister was brilliant for Liverpool as well. And obviously Chris Wood for Nottingham Forest at the centre forward. He was fantastic as well, but there's no chance I was getting in ahead of Isak. And I felt Youri Tielemans for Aston Villa, he was very good. He played a big part in why Villa had such a successful season, and also in the Champions League as well. And Matheus Cunha, he was brilliant. I love watching him. He's an enigmatic player. I'm so excited to see him play for Man United this season, honestly. And those are my honorable mention. There's 8 players there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, there's 7 players there on my honorable mentions. And obviously, player of the year, no doubt whatsoever for me, is Mo Salah. Mo Salah, 100% player of the year. There's no doubt. He's had one of the greatest individual season, in my opinion, that I've ever seen in the Premier League. Mo Salah he's a fantastic player. I love Mo Salah. A lot of people don't like him because they're like he's not very pleasing aesthetically to watch. However, for me, if you're a footballer, especially if you're a forward, it's all about the numbers. Do you score goals? Do you get me assists? And yes, Mo Salah does those things very good as well. So there's like, for me, Mo Salah is one of the best players in the world, and also he just had one of the greatest seasons of all time. Being a forward, like I said, is about goals, assists, and what you contribute to the game. Mo Salah is good for minimum 25 goals a year and up to 10 to 15 assists a year. So when you have those numbers, for me, you're one of the greatest players of all time in the Premier League, and you just had one of the greatest seasons of all time in the Premier League. And also, just to go through quickly, my young player of the year, I was stuck between Morgan Rogers, Kerkez, Lewis Kelly, and Alejandro Garnacho. I know people are going to be surprised I put Garnacho in there. I felt, as a Man United fan, Garnacho had a fantastic season with United. He's only 20 years old. Everyone's so critical of him, but I felt he handled the pressure really well in terms of playing for Man United, and he got 12 goals and assists altogether in the Premier League. Altogether this season, not just in the Premier League, in all competition. That's a very good. That's a very good return for a 20-year-old winger from Man United, especially in this dysfunctional team. And obviously, with the whole rumours about him being sold, I'm not very pleased about it. But if that's what the manager wants, then I guess interview man gets whatever he wants. For my pick for that would be Kerkez. Big admirer of Kerkez. I'm so annoyed that he went to Liverpool, but obviously Liverpool got a good player in Kerkez. He's going to be fantastic for them. Very powerful player, good technically. He has a good cross the ball. Like I said, with fullbacks nowadays, that you never see a fullback is actually good going forward and defending as well. Maybe Nuno Mendes from PSG, and Kerkez fall under that bracket as well. He's a fantastic player, so Liverpool got themselves a good one in that. Thanks again if you made it to the end of this video. If you have any comment, if you agree with any of my selection, if you don't agree with any of my selection, please drop a comment below and let me know what your selection is. If you want to give a your starting 11 for the Premier League, young player of the year, whatever, please drop a comment below and I'll get back to you. Thank you very much.